直播课在上课。Okay, we'll start in 1 minute. Let's wait until 5 p.m. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first live lesson, tips and tricks in addition and subtraction. So this is teacher Ashley, and I'm so happy to see all of you today. So let's start. So today we'll learn about best friend pairs and also round numbers, and we'll learn about how to cancel the same tail for subtraction. Okay, and now let's begin. So first, we have an equation here. So 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 minus 10 equals to 3. So I have a question. What is the sign of 2? Is it a positive 2 or a negative 2? Is it a plus 2 or minus 2? So I have a tip here. For this, always remember our Mr. Number is like the delivery guy, okay? Is always carry in the parcel in front of him. So just like the sign, okay? So the parcel is like our sign. Mr. Number always carry the sign in front of him, okay? So you see the plus 2, the 2 sign is plus, and then the 10, the sign is minus. Okay, so always only focus on the sign in front of the number. So someone may asking, Teacher Ashley, what is the sign in front of 1 then? Oh, I don't see anything in front of 1. What is the sign of 1? So in math, we think if there's no sign in front of number, we think is plus, okay? So this one is +1. All right, so just remember that the sign is like the parcel and number is a delivery guy always carrying the sign in front of him. So let's try to find the sign. For 3 plus 5 minus 1, what is the sign of 5? Is it plus or minus? Remember, the sign is always in front of the number, right? So it should be plus. Okay, so we don't want to have the sign like always carry back. It's very heavy and tiring, right? So we always carry in front. It's the plus, not the minus. How about 8 minus 2 plus 3? What is the sign of 2? What is the sign of 2? Is the minus, okay? Always look at the sign in front of the number. So it's 2. So 8 minus 2 plus 3, the sign of 2 is minus. And how about the 0 here? 4 minus 2 minus 0. So it should be minus, okay? Always in front of the number. And oh, this time I don't see a sign here. Can I say it's a -9, -1 plus 3? No, right? Just now teacher actually said if there's no sign here, then we think it's just plus. Okay, so it's always plus for the first number. So +9 minus 1 plus 3. Okay, so it's plus. Okay, now let's try to do some calculations. 5 plus 70. Do you know what is 5 plus 70? It is 75, right? Because this is we got a round number here. It's easy. How about 10 plus 1? It is 11, right? It's 11. And 4 plus 10 is 14, right? And then 9 plus 10 is 19, okay? I believe that all of you know how to do this one, okay? Even though I cannot hear you, but trust you guys. And some level up. How about 100 plus 23? What is 100 plus 23? It's equals to 123, okay? And 40 plus 8 is just 48, all right? How did we add so quickly just now? How can we do that so fast? Like 40 plus 8, and we can just shout out it's 48. And then 100 plus 23, we can just shout out it's 123. What's the tricks here? It's because when we do the addition of round numbers, we can say bye-bye to the 0 and say hi-hi to the small number. Okay, let's use this example again. 40 plus 8. Which one is the round number? Which one is the round number? Is 40, right? 40 is our round number. So when we use the 40, the round number, to plus the small number, we say bye-bye to 40, the 0, and then we say hi-hi to the small number. So it just equals to 48. Okay? So once again, when we do the addition of round numbers, we can just, don't need to think, we just say bye-bye to the 0 and say hi-hi to the smaller number. Okay? Try to find the round number. All right, now let's learn about a very interesting concept. It's called good friend pairs. Okay, it's called good friend pair. Have you heard of this before? Good friend pairs. Okay, so what's good friend pairs? When two numbers, when they add up, equals to 10, making a round number 10. We call this two number, they are good friend pairs. Okay, so can you tell me for 7, who is the best friend of 7? Who is the good friend of 7? Meaning, who plus 7 equals to 10? So the line here and here. Who plus 7 equals to 10? 3, right? So 3 and 7, they are a good friend pair. How about 9? Who is 2's best friend? 2. 2 and 8. How about 1? 1 and 9. 6. 6 and 4. Okay, so just like the equation I have here. So for 10, we start from 1. 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 2 plus 8 equals to 10. 3 plus 7, 4 plus 6, and 5 plus 5. So these pairs, they called good friend pairs, okay? Why we want to find the good friend pairs? Because they can help us to make round number. And why we want round numbers? Then we can say bye-bye to 0 and say hi to the small number, which will make our calculation more easier, right? All right, and now let's watch a very fun video.
One and nine are good friends. 2 and 8 go hand in hand. 3 and 7 are best buddies. 4 and 6 go together. 5 and 5 are perfect buds. They are all good friend pairs.
What are you guys singing?
The Good Friend Pair song.
If two numbers that add up to 10, they a good friend pair.
All right, just now we heard that if two numbers can add up to 10, they are best friend pairs, or we call them good friend pairs. And these are the lyrics here, right? So 1 and 9 are good friends, 2 and 8 go hand in hand, 3 and 7 are best buddies, 4 and 6 go together, 5 and 5 are hand in glove. And they're all good friend pairs. So now, do you remember the best friend pairs that showed on the stage just now? Let's try to list them out. First, we start from 1, okay? We start from 1. 1. Who is the good friend of 1? 1 and 9 are good friends, right? 1 and 9. And then next one is 2. Who's 2's best friend? 2 and 8 go hand in hand, right? So 8 is our 2's best friend. And then 3 is 7, 4, 6, and then 5 and 5, they are twins, right? So 5 and 5, they are good friend pairs because they can add up to 10 round numbers, okay? And now let's use our good friend pair to help us solve the questions. First, I have a question here. 13 plus 5 plus 7. Seems like the two best friends are too far away from each other, right? But we can always rearrange, okay? Can you find the good friend pairs in this number sentence? 13 plus 5 plus 7. Is 13 and 5, are they good friends? No, right? 3 and 5 add up not equals to 10. So which two are good friends? Can you find where are they? You see the green one here. We put 13 and 7 together because 7 plus 3 plus 7 equals to 10. So we put them together and they are good friend pairs. But how do I write the sign? Do you remember at the start of the lesson, I told you it's like the Mr. Delivery guy, right? Always carry the sign in front. So what is the sign of the 7? Is plus. Okay, so 13 plus 7. And then what is the sign of 5? Also, we look at the sign in front of him, right? So plus 5. Then now, what is 13 plus 7? So we can always switch in the position of numbers. And remember, always carry the sign in front of them. Okay, so think about it. Now we've already rearranged their position and we've put good friend pairs together. So what shall we do? Let's do the calculation. Okay, what is 13 plus 7? Equals to 20, right? And then we use 20 to plus 5 equals to 25. Okay, so 13 plus 7 plus 5 equals to 25. And this one is also 25, right? Because these two, they're the same. We're just rearranging the positions of numbers. Okay, so just like little animal here, we always have the sign in front. Okay, and also one more thing to remind you, for best friend pairs to make tens, we always check the last digit. Okay, we always check the last digit. So for example, Let me erase all of this, okay? For example, what do you mean by last digit? Because you see 13 and 7. We're looking at 3 and 7. We're not looking at 1 and 7. Okay, so only check the last digit. If they can make two tens, then they are good friend pairs, and we can try our best to put them together to help us make the calculation much more easier. Okay, and let's go to the next question. Okay, so this one should, if you have the book, the P1 Mastery book, if you have already collected the book, then you can refer to page 1, the first question. Okay, let's try to do this question together. 6 plus 3 plus 8 plus 7 plus 4 plus 2. Oh, looks like all the numbers are missed. All right. It's everywhere. I don't know where are the best friends. Don't worry. Let's try to find the best friend pairs, okay? So, where are they? First, we go by order, okay? 6. The first number is 6. Then, who is 6 best friend? Is 4, right? And let's circle them. And remember, always circle the sign in front together, okay? Because they are friends, okay? Always the parcel guy always carry the sign. So we circle them together. So what is 6 plus 4? If we put them together, they equals to 10, right? Because they are good friend pairs. And then how about plus 3 and then plus 7? 3 plus 7 equals to another 10, right? And then lastly, about plus 8 and plus 2, they are a 10 again. So tell me, how many 10s do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. So 10 plus 10 plus 10. Okay, so instead of calculating 6 plus 3 plus 8 plus 7 plus 2 plus 4, we are only doing 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is so easy for all of you, right? It's equals to 30. Okay, so our answer should be A. Okay, so when we switch in the position of numbers, remember, always carry the sign in front of them. Okay, like what I did just now, we circle the sign and number together. Okay, and let's turn to page 2. Okay, the second question on your book. So another question, 19 plus 6 plus 12 plus 13 plus 21 plus 4 plus 8 plus 17. Wow, there are so many numbers. And seems like there are 1-digit numbers and 2-digit numbers. How can we find the best friend pairs? Remember, we can always rearrange the positions, right? So first, let's find the good friend pairs to help us solve the question much more easier. Let's still start from the start, okay? What about 19? Who's 19's best friend? You need to check one by one. Is 6 19's best friend? No. 12? No. 13? No. So 9's best friend is 1. So we can very fast find is 21 because remember we always check the last digit, right? So 21. What is 19 plus 21? Equals to 40. Right? And then what about 6? Who's 6 best friend? 4, right? 6 best friend is 4. I remember it. So it's 4. And now let's add them together. That equals to 10 again. And then 12. Who's 12? Who's 2's best friend? Is 8. And let's try to find the 8. So 8 is here. And they add up equals to 20. And we still left with 13. 13 and 17, just nice. They're also good friend pairs, right? And 13 plus 17 equals to 30. So we're just adding 10 plus 2 plus 40 plus 30. Let's do the equation. And everyone who have the book, can you use your pencil and let's write together, okay? So equals to 10 plus 40 plus 30 plus 20 equals to... Do you know the answer? If you know the answer, maybe you can try type in the chat box here. I'll give you some time to do this with me, okay? If you solve the question, you can always type the answer in the chat box and let me know that you've already get this type of question. Do y'all get the same answer with me? Do y'all get the same answer with me? When we do 10 plus 40 plus 30 plus 20 equals to 100, right? So for 100, A, B, C, D, E, which one is B? Okay, so we choose B. So once again, best friend pairs to make the 10, we always check the last digit, okay? We always check the last digit. So like 19, we check the 9, 13, we check the 3, 21, we check the 1, and 17, we check the 7, okay? Check the last digit. All right, here we have a game.
Find a good friend.
Okay, we need to find the good friend of 23. Remember, check the last digit. Last digit is 3. So who's 3's best friend? 7, right? 7 and 3, they are good friend pairs.
Find the good friend.
7, and then
Find the good friend.
35, the last digit is 5. So who is 5's best friend? Remember the twins, 5 and 5, right? And remember, it's always plus 5. So 5 and plus 5. And oh, this time, 24 minus 5 plus 6 equals to, what is this? Do you know the answer? Minus, right? Because the 5, the sign is minus. How about this one? What is the sign? The sign in front of 9 is the minus. Yay! Good job, everyone. I believe you all do the same thing with me. Okay, so just now we've learned addition. Addition is we find the good friend pairs, right? We try to make the round numbers. And this time, how about subtraction? Let's try about subtraction, okay? Twelve minus 2. What is 12 minus 2? Equals to? 10. Right, 12 minus 2 equals to 10. How about 36 minus 6? Is it equal to 6? No, right? 36 minus 6 equal to 30. And then 94 minus 4 equals to 90. And oh, big number, 157 minus 57 equals to 100. Again, teacher actually asking, how do we subtract so quickly? Seems like they're all very big numbers. You see 157 minus 57. It's so big. How do we subtract so quickly then? Because we call them brother numbers, okay? This time, instead of best friend pairs, we call them brother numbers because we can cancel the same tail, okay? What does it mean by same tail? Now, let's see here. We see 157 and 57 and minus 57, right? What does it mean by same tail? Because you see here, 57 and 57, they are the same. So we can just cancel them, which make it equals to 100, right? And same thing here. They have the same tail, right? Because the tail is always at the back. So 94, the tail is the 4. So we can cancel them, and then it becomes 90. Again, for this one is the same. Who is the tail? 6 is the tail, right? And they have the same. If they have the same tail, we can cancel them. If they're different, we cannot cancel them, okay? Only if they're the same numbers. For all 6, then we can just cancel them, and then equal to 30. All right, now let's get back to this one, learning 2, and this one is not on your book. So just look at me, okay? Just look at me. So for learning 2, we need to find an easier way to calculate this. Oh, this time we have 33 plus 9 minus 3. This time we don't have good friend pairs. How can we switch the position? Can you find any same tails in the number sentence? Can you find any same tail? Something same? 3 and 9? No. 9 and 3? No. Oh, I realized that. 33 and 3. They all have what number? They all have the 3, right? So they do have the same tail. So what about I drag the 3, the minus 3, together with 33. So remember, when we're switching the position of the numbers, always carry the sign in front of him, okay? So this 3, don't forget the minus. So 33 still minus 3. And then this one is plus 9. So here, never change, plus 9. Equals to, easier, right? Because this time we see they have the same tail. Cancel, equal to 30. And then 30 plus 9 equal to 39. And same for this one, 39. Okay? And now let's go to the second question. This one is on page 3. Everyone, can you turn to page 3 if you have the book? Okay? So this time, let's try to find the same tail. Can you find the same tail? Okay, let's try to do this together. So first, we always go by order, okay? So the first number is plus 7, right? Remember, if there's no sign in front of the number, we always have the plus. It's always plus, okay? So this one is a little plus. We got a 7. Do we have something similar or same, exactly the same with 7? Yes, we do. But it's minus 7. So we have a plus 7, we have a minus 7. So it just got canceled, right? 7 minus 7 equals to 0. So this 2, it just got canceled. Remember, we circle everything together. And now let's go for 16. Can you find anything same with 16, with 6? Yes, we do. We got a minus 6 here. So what is 16 minus 6? 16 minus 6, cancel the same tail, equals to 10, right? And then we got a plus 34, and then same tail. Do we have any same tail? Yes, we do. We have a minus 4, right? So what is 34 minus 4? 34 minus 4 is equals to 30, right? And then we have a plus 45. We have a minus 15. So what is 45 minus 15? Again, cancel the same tail, equal to 30. And then don't forget, we have our 50 in the middle. That cannot cancel the same tail with anything, right? So now we're only doing 10 plus 30 plus 30 plus 5. What does it equal to? Equal to 40 plus 80 equals to 120. Do y'all get this answer? Okay, I'll give you some time. Maybe you can try to circle the same tail. Okay, always have the sign in front. Okay, one more time to remind all of you, always have the sign in front of the number when you circle them. Okay? All right, now, if you're all good, and let's go to the next question. All right, so now we got a little cute monkey here, right? So little monkey here is, oh, find a banana. Wow, delicious banana. Monkey say, I love banana, right? And then I just get the banana and then I walk. I see a beautiful peach and I think, maybe I like peach more. So I just threw the banana away and I pick up the peach, okay? And then I keep walking, I'm so happy. And then, wow, I see a watermelon. And then I think, watermelon, I can eat for so long. I just threw the peach away. I pick up the watermelon. Oh, it's so heavy, right? And then I I carry the watermelon and then I walk slowly and then I find there's a running bunny. Oh, I want to be friends with the running bunny. So I just threw the watermelon away and then I start chasing the bunny. But the thing is, the monkey, did the monkey get anything in the end? Look at monkey's hand. Do you think monkey can eventually chase to get the rabbit, to get the bunny? No, right? Bunny can run very fast. So you see here, nothing here in his hand. So let's see the whole thing. Let's see the whole story one more time. So the monkey first see a delicious banana and then pick it up and then threw it away. So now he got nothing, right? But then he picked up a peach and then threw away the peach because he saw a watermelon. And then he see the bunny and threw away the watermelon. Eventually, in the end, the monkey is crying because he didn't get the bunny. And he didn't get the banana, he didn't get the peach and watermelon. Oh, what a sad story, right? So what can we learn from this? We learn that if we get and throw the same thing in the end, it's still empty hand, right? It's same for number. When you add and subtract the same number, what will you get in the end? When you add and subtract the same number, what will you get in the end? Nothing, right? Just like our poor monkey. Empty hand. I didn't get the bunny, so nothing. So one more time, when you add and subtract the same number, remember, it has to be the same number. Like get a banana and then throw away the banana. So if I get the add and subtract the same number, what will you get in the end? Empty hand. You will get a 0, right? So same for this. So this is another method. It's called cancellation. So when we add and subtract the same number, in the end, we will get a big 0 egg, right? We'll get 0. All right, and now let's try to see this equation. 89 plus 1 minus 1. Oh, so maybe our friend 89 is working also and find a 1. I want to make friend with 1. And then I don't want to make friend with 1. And I minus it. So plus it and minus it. If we add and subtract the same number, what will we get? And then what will we get? We will just get, it will become 0, right? So 89 is still 89, right? And how about 26? Minus 3 plus 3. Again, when we add and subtract the same number, we'll get canceled, right? We'll just get 0 in the end. So it's plus, minus, and plus. In the end, it just 0 again. So it's just 26. So one more time, this method is called cancellation. When we add and subtract the same number, eventually we'll only get 0. Okay? Now let's try to do the question together. Okay, can you turn to page 4 if you have the book? Okay, let's go to page 4. We got a long equation. That seems so terrifying. Don't worry. Let's read the question together. We got 16 plus 15 plus 14 minus 13 plus 12 and all the way blah, 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 blah plus 16. Do you realize anything? Do you find something we keep saying the same number? Can you find the same number with opposite signs? Remember, when we add and subtract same thing, they get canceled, right? It's just 0, and we love 0 because it's so easy, right? So let's try to find 16. This is a plus, right? Do we have a minus 16? We have a 16 here, but it's also plus. So 2 plus, we cannot cancel. So just leave it like that. So how about 15? Do we have cancel the same thing? Oh, yes, we do. We have a minus 15. So boom, got canceled, right? We love that. It gave us 0. How about plus 14? Do we have a minus 14? Did we throw the 14 away? Yes, we do. It's got canceled again. So just 0. And this time we got a minus 13. Do we have an opposite sign? Yes, we do. We have a plus 13. Cancel it again. How about plus 12? Minus 12, cancel. How about plus 11? Minus 11, cancel. And then in a 0, so we just ignore the 0, right? And then what do we left with? We only left a 16 and another 16. So in the end, we are just having these two numbers, okay? We cancel the whole thing, only have 16 plus 16. That's so easy. 16 plus 16 equals to 32, okay? So this time, another method. Just now we learned about cancellation. This time, another method is called we wear the dress and we wear the hat. Okay, let's see how it works. We got a little beard. Okay, name is 31. So try to find the tens. What is the nearest, what is the closest tens to 31? Is 30, right? So we put our 30 close to this one. And so if our little teddy bear is 31, but we only give a close of 30, the close is too small, right? It's too small for him. So maybe we can add a hat. What hat shall we add? How many shall we add? Plus 1 hat, right? So 30 plus 1 equals to 31. So if the clothes are too small, we need to add the size. We need to add by the hat. Okay, how about 14? What is the closest tens? Is 10, right? This time, is it too small? Yes, they're too small. So what can we do? We can plus 4, okay? Use the hat to help us. Okay, and if the clothes are too big, like 52, who is the closest tens to 52? Is 50, right? And then, but the close is 2. Okay, so this one is still plus 2. How about 29? What is the closest tens to 29? 29, sorry. Is 30, right? This time the close is too big. The size too big. We need to minus the size. So where the hat is minus 1. Okay, and then 57 is again 60, and then too big, so we need to minus 3. 38, 40, too big, we minus the 3. Okay, so if the clothes size are too small, we add the size by the hat. But the clothes is always the bigger round number. And if the clothes are too big, we need to minus the size. Okay, and now same thing here. So we got a 24 plus 22 plus 23 plus 21. So just like the clothes and the hats, right? So we got a 20 and then it's too small, so we need to plus 4. How about 20? 20 is, the nearest is 20, right? But 20 compared to 22 is too small. What do we need to do? Plus 2, right? And then 23, also 20, too small, we plus 3. 20, too small, we plus 1. So in the end is we got how many 20s? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 20s. So 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 equals to 80, right? And then we got 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. We can just add all the close together because they are round numbers, right? And then add the hat. So it's equals to, what is 6 plus 4? So 80 plus 10 equals to 90, right? So this one equals to 90. Okay. All right, how about this one? Oh, so many big numbers. 299 plus 297 plus 295. Oh, I'm too tired. That's so big number. How am I supposed to do that? Remember, maybe it's just a big size teddy bear, right? Then we just give them a bigger size clothes. Okay, so tell me, what is the nearest, what is the closest hundreds to 299? 300, right? So 300, and then is the close too big? Yes. So what do we need to do? -1, right? And then this one also 300 minus 3. 300 minus 5. 300 minus 4. 300 minus 2. So in the end, we just need to add all the clothes together. What is 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 300 plus together equals to 1,500. And then we -1, -3, -5, -4, -2. Easy, right? What does it equal to? I give you some time to do this question, okay? What is it equal to? Am I right? Okay, so class notes. To summarize what we learned today, we learned tips and tricks in addition and subtraction. So for addition, we learned best friend pairs, okay? We always look at the last digits, or we want to make the tens, round numbers, right? So 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 5 and 5, 20s, right? And also for subtraction, we learned to find the same tail and cancel them. Okay, if they have the same thing, 89 and 19, we can just cancel them, okay? So that we can get round numbers. Everything we do today is we want to make round numbers, okay? Because 0 is always easy for us to do. And also we learned about cancellation. When we add and subtract the same number, the answer is always 0. Remember the sad story of our monkey. Okay, we get the same thing and we threw away the same thing, we get 0 in the end. And then lastly, we find the closest round number first, okay? For the hats and clothes, remember? We find the closest round number first. And then if the clothes is too small, we add the hats for the missing size. But if the number is too big, then we minus the extra size, okay? To make it perfectly fit. All right, so that's all for today. And thanks for paying attention to listen to the lesson. I hope you all like it. Do you have any questions so far for the 4 methods we learned today? Anyone got any questions? Okay, I'll stay here for a few minutes to see if you got any questions to ask me.